I love YouTube. They're so amazing that they've told me I have to censor the price of everything that I talk about in the video, or they'll accuse me of trying to promote firearms. I would never do that. Guns are so bad. I'm gay, and my content is for children. Please enjoy the following.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today on Desktop, we're talking about what I think is the most slept-on product that no one seems to be hyped about anymore, and I think it's awesome. It's the Strike Industries chassis system for the P320. There's a lot of hype around the Flux Raider 365 and the Flux P320 that was released for SIG, and I don't know why, but these are not getting, I think, the clout that they deserve for the price point that they are. These are significantly cheaper than the Flux. They are, in my opinion, better than the Flux, and we'll break in why. Let's kind of review these today. We'll talk about them. I'll give you a brief overview. Strike Industries did send us these chassis. Shill alert. They sent me this, the chassis and the stocks, and then I had to spend on the slide and the fire control unit so that I had to make these videos, so I still spent a bunch of my own money on this, but shill alert, they did send us these. All right, let's get into the video. So why is the Strike Industry SMC Bravo chassis slept on, Joe? Well, because no one's talking about it. It's not as clouded as I think it should be. Everyone's talking about the Flux Raider P320 that's been out forever and still costs at least $1,000, but as we've seen online just for the chassis, but minimum you're paying for it. This is the SMC Bravo from Strike Industries. It is really just this little chassis system here. They sent me this, and they sent me the stock, and then I believe they sent me the blast shield. I purchased from them the charging handle. I purchased the extra mag holster, and I obviously went and purchased a P320 FCU from Rainier Arms, and they gave me costs so that this video could happen for you guys today, so shout out to Rainier Arms. And then the SIG P320 Spectre comp slide. I really like the P320 Spectre comp slide. I like that it works on the SMC Bravo. Technically, it works on the Flux Raider, but you don't get a charging handle because the charging handles replace the front sight, and as you can see, the front sight doesn't move on the Spectre P320, so it doesn't work on the Flux thing. Something worth noting, this here in this configuration doesn't fit in a holster, but without the blast shield on and the mag extension, it does. If you put a TLR 1HL and you have a Thor Ragnarok holster, that's what I'm going to call it, from T-Rex Arms, it does work. It fits in the holster. There's just enough play on the dual side folder that folds to the left-hand side instead of the single that folds to the right-hand side, that you can get it in there. So if you want to holster carry this weapon, that's an option for you. It's got good retention, and then obviously when you need it, you have it. So that's a really cool thing. That's worth noting. Didn't even notice that, but yeah, you don't even have to buy a new holster if you already have a retention holster for your hip. It will work. So let's do some drills and then get into kind of our thoughts. Sorry, Ben from Flux. We are obviously comparing this against the P320 Flux. The P365 Flux Raider has no competition, and therefore completely disregard this if you're looking at a P365 Flux Raider, because this is for a P320. So yeah, let's get some drills done. I'm at 6 yards today, and for the drills, we're doing the 6R6, the double bill drill. This is when two bills are coming at you. We got first bill, second bill, double bill drill. We're gonna shoot 6, reload, and go for another 6, even though there's 21 in each magazine, and I could definitely plow 6 of these into each one of these and still be fine, but
6 is a lot.
It's just for the aesthetics of the reload time. Here we go.
All right, ready. LARPer ready, stand by.
Whew.
549.
I got 2 Charlies, 3 Charlies. That's a Bravo, but 3 Charlies.
That's a Delta.
And the rest are Alphas.
Wait.
No, that's a Bravo.
Oh no, I forgot there is a B zone on these things. That's weird. Anyway.
I forgot that I was reloading.
Yeah,
that was not a good time. We film these drills before we film anything else, so this is cold, by the way. You're watching us run these cold. It's fun. It's better that way. 6R6 for you.
For you.
Time to beat 5.49.
It's like a live reaction video.
Shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by. Oh, 6.03.
That was slow.
Anyway, you got
there's one
2 Charlies. No, that's a line break. You got 1 Charlie.
Did I?
The rest are Alphas.
That one's hot.
Nice. First shot in a .92.
It's my cold start. It's the coldest start I've ever had.
Yeah, cold start, first shots of the day. We didn't have to reload magazines in between all these drills because they hold so many bullets.
I even have 2 more fully loaded ones right here.
So many is 21. YouTube, moderator, gods. Okay, let's do it. Ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Shooter ready, stand by. .75, a faster time than Max.
Felt good.
A ton of Charlies on the first one, but you really pulled it in on the second one there.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
Pretty good for a cold start, I guess.
Pretty good for a cold start. Let's do some Mozambiques. All right, my first ever attempt here.
It's the second attempt.
With the
It's the same take, so you're not fooling it.
with the small boy. This is the short Super Silver one. Both of them go in a bag. It's pretty nice. I dropped this all over, so it had dirt on it first time. Dirt flew in my eyes, messed me up completely, ruined my whole. Here we go. Ready?
That was totally it, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Shooter ready.
Shooter, you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Yep.
Okay, I think you fair. No, you're good. You got it. I think.
Yeah, I did fine.
Well, you got another Charlie.
1.88.
It's fast. Charlie Alpha headshot.
Yep. And then Charlie Alpha headshot.
What are all those extra holes?
What holes?
Whew. 13 payments. $13.99. New holster goofing.
Shooter, are you ready?
Shooter, I am ready.
Stand by. Woo, 365. First shot in a 140.
365. My 25. Okay. Line break. Alpha headshot.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Alpha headshot.
Killed him. You got them both.
Man, it's almost like I did better than Joe first time.
Did you?
Actually, first
Did
time.
you do these cold?
You guys need to shut the f.
From the draw, Mozambique on 2 targets. Here we go.
Shooter, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Stand by.
Ah, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
That was incredibly awful.
It was so good. What was my time?
Sub 1 second.
And it was all alphas. Oh my God, Joe, you suck at this.
You see that?
You guys need to stop
All
harassing me,
alphas.
or I'm gonna stop having these. So why this over something like a Flux Raider, and why would we say that? Well, to be honest, the first and foremost reason is price. Flux Raiders are not readily available, and when they are, they're and when they're not, you're on. This is side folder if you want the left-handed action to use your holster, which is kind of nice if you're going to use it like that. Mine's a backpack gun, so I don't need that. But then on top of that, things that are accessories, like with the Flux Raider, the charging handle accessories, the lowest price I could find is so all in on this, I'm pretty much in it about 15 all in on the Flux Raider. You're in it a minimum of 2,000. Almost a $500 cost difference. You know, you can say that's negligible, but even if you like nickel and dime me on the prices on things, the Flux Raider is still going to come up more expensive. So I'm including the cost of the Defender Red Dot that we won in a contest, and I stole from Max because he's a better shooter than me and won the contest and got the better dot. But yeah, all in, we're less than $1,500 for what I consider to be a very, very portable and effective PDW. Into the portability of it, there's nothing like these on the market. This is in line with the Flux Raider in terms of width. Flux Raider is a little bit thicker because of the stock system that they have. This is more on the thin side for this, and if you get the dual folding stock, right, if thickness is like a major issue, dual folding stock has a really neat feature. It just comes out. So if width is the issue, you can do something like this, and then when you need to plug it back in, it's as simple as just pushing it on the rear and you're back in place and ready to go. So that is always the option if you're worried about like, oh, I need it to be the same thickness or really, really thin. There you go. That's about as thin as it gets. I mean, that's as thick as a P320. So that's a cool system. And again, it's less expensive than the Flux Raider. And then why else might you consider it? The ergonomics are better in my opinion. The stock here is an actual stock. It's not the like dual thing. I can cheek weld on this stock here. There's even a cheek riser that you can print and put on this. I don't know if they sell it. They might sell it, but you can put a cheek riser on this stock here and give yourself even more of a purchase. I can use my stock sight here on the factory slide. On the Raider, I can't do that. On the Raider, I have to put a red dot up back here or buy an attachment to put it on the front. And then for us, at least for us, and we were told this is an exception, but we did buy 2 Flux Raiders that encountered the same issue. It's the same issue that the MP7 has. It's the same issue that a lot of these guns suffer from, where while you're shooting it, the stock will wear down and collapse. So that's what happened to ours. It was to the point where every single mag we'd shoot it, it would collapse and we'd hit ourselves in the face with a red dot, which made it not usable and definitely not pleasant to shoot. All things considered, I think that that is the case of why I would choose this over the Flux Raider, and that's without saying like aesthetically, this is tits. This thing looks so good. To me, this is like, I think that this is so aesthetically pleasing. It fits in my backpack. It's a PDW that's just good to go. It's easy to deploy. It's good to use. You still get your second magazine storage if you want it. It's not taking up any more space. I'm not gonna rack it because that would put a round in the chamber. But these are just such a good system, and no one is talking about these. No one has hyped these up. No one has made these like the hype train that the Flux Raiders are. So if you go to Strike Industries, you can still buy these. I know the question that you all have, the question that everyone has. This is made of plastic, so is the other ones, but this one here, is this gonna break? This is the only point where I think it might break if we do. And if it could take a few smacks, I'm happy with it. I like this. I'm gonna keep this in my backpack every day. So hopefully it doesn't break from a few little smack around boys, and we immediately broke the stock off the rail. So that Picatinny rail right there is, I mean, it still would work, but it sure did just correct the stock angle severely. So you can see right there, it might just need to be loosened and retightened because it sure did just like knock it off the rail there. Do we have a tool? I need a star tool. Anyway, this is locked on. Oh, I got it off actually. There we go. Yeah, so weak point, I mean, it's still 100%, like that is still 100% functional. I thought for sure that like this point would break, but instead it looks like you can see the Picatinny on the rear is what ended up giving out first. So now, yeah, a tool won't actually help because that sure is not going to hold anything at all. So a new frame is in order, but again, I broke this. That's 130 to replace, so that's not exactly a bad fix. This is fine. This is a big chunk of metal. Everything else looks fine. I'm happy with that. I mean, it's worth noting, I did have the stock extended and not folded. I guess if the stock was folded, it probably wouldn't have broken from that. I don't know. We test things how we test things. I'm sure it still works, but just to be sure. Yeah, I mean, it shoots like a P320 without a stock or a brace. So it still is completely functional. Sure, I lost my sweet little interface point, and now I've got the miniest stock in the world, but no, she works. She works fine. So does it break? Yes. 100%, like that's user error if that happens. So cool.
So for those of you in Washington or other states that might have an AR style assault weapons ban, this would be a good option for you if you're looking for a truck gun or even a home defense gun, just something that you can have that's more functional than just a pistol. The magazine loading into the grip, at least here in Washington, is what keeps it off that ban, because it doesn't protrude conspicuously from the bottom of the firearm, or however the law describes it. But if you're looking for a more functional home defense gun or truck gun, definitely check this out. I am a big fan of just the stock being a folding style rather than a PDW style collapsible one like the Maxim or the Flux or even the SB Tactical PDW brace. I like this a lot better. It's more comfortable to shoot. There's more solid lockup. And plus, Joe didn't hit this either, but this is just a 1913 adapter on the back, so you could put like an AR style buffer tube on there or any of the SIG stocks or whatever your preference is. You can just throw that right on there and you're good to go. So definitely check it out if you're looking for something that is more functional than just a handgun, but not quite an AR or something like that.
Or if you can't get an AR.
Yeah, or if you just can't get an AR, like here in Washington. Thank you, Gadolf Inslee.